Hello all. Today we will learn about mensuration. So let us define what is mensuration. So mensuration is that branch of mathematics which actually measures using different formulas, which actually measures lengths, area, volumes, breadth, width of different various objects or different various geometrical shapes, right? So geometrical shapes or geometrical objects can be of two types, that is two dimensional and three dimensional. So two dimensional basically represent a plane, okay, and three dimensional basically represents any solid geometrical figures. So the major difference between two dimensional and three dimensional is two dimensional have only two variable, that is length and breadth, where in case of three dimensional object, there is third dimension also, which is height or the thickness. Okay, so that is the basic difference between 2D and 3D, that is two dimensional object and three dimensional object. So coming to two dimensional shapes, so there are different two dimensional shapes like squares, where all sides are equal. In a square all sides are equal, but all the angles, the four angles are uh, right angle. On the other hand, there is another 2D shape, which is rectangle. It is it ha the in this, in case of rectangle, the opposite sides are equal in length. Equal means equal in length, and it has uh, all, all the four angles are right angle. On the other hand, triangle, it has sided. It is three-sided polygon, so it has basically three sides, and there is a circle. So circle is set of points which is equidistant from a center, right? So now we will see various formulas, okay, of we will see first different variables, okay, and different signs which may be used in defining formulas of all these shapes. So a small a is basically represents side of square or cube or rectangle, right? I will show you by drawing. L, small l, represent length of rectangle, cube, cuboid, okay. B, small b, represents breadth of triangle or base of triangle or breadth of any shape. H is obviously height, and it is mainly used for 3D shape, but sometimes it is used for triangle, measuring area of triangle as well. So H represents height. R represents radius of the circle, sphere or cylinder. Okay, that I will show you. And pi is a constant. So this constant is basically used in case of finding perimeter or area of circle. And D1, D2 are diagonals of rhombus. So coming to 2D shapes, we will see different formulas. So coming to square, the formula is, so there are two measurements. One is area. For 2D shapes, there are two types of measurements. One is area, another is its perimeter. Now, what is area? Area is the total space within that particular shape. Okay. On the other hand, perimeter is the outer boundary. How long is the, or what is the distance of the outer boundary? That is measured by perimeter. So just let me draw it for this particular shape. Suppose this is a square. For square, every side, so there are four sides of square. So every side, so this side, this side, this side, and this side. So every side will be equal. Okay, and the space within under this uh, entire square is area. On the other hand, this outer boundary, this plus this plus this plus this outer boundary will measure perimeter, will be measured by perimeter. And what is the formula for square? So for square, the area is a square. Okay, that is a. Suppose this is a, this is also a. So it will be a into a. Whereas for perimeter, it is 4 into a. So a plus a plus a plus a, which will be 4 plus a. So we are measuring the outer boundary or outer distance, which is clearly will be a simple summation of all these sides. Coming to rectangle, it is length plus breadth. So in case of rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So this side and this side are equal, which can be called breadth or length. And this opposite side is equal, and every angle is right angle. So area, in this case area, that means space within this particular rectangle is called area, which will be length into breadth. And for perimeter it will be 2 into length plus breadth. Coming to circle, circle is as I mentioned earlier, so from its center, so in case of circle, from its center, every point on this outer boundary will be equidistant from this center. Okay, so this is called actually R, the radius. Center, from the center to the outer boundary, any point on the outer boundary. Center to any point on the outer boundary is called R, and every R will be same in case of circle. So area under R is measured by this formula pi into R square. We already know the value of pi, and pi is a constant. And circumference is just like perimeter. In case of circle, it is called circumference. So circumference is the outer length of this outer boundary. What is the length of this outer boundary? It is 2 into pi into R. Okay, so this is the formula. And fourth one is triangle. Fourth important shape is triangle, where in case of triangle, so you can see in case of triangle, the formula of area is half into base. So this is the base of the triangle. Okay, so this is the base of the triangle, and this is the height of the triangle. Okay, so if base and height of the triangle is given, you can easily find out area. Okay, and what is perimeter? Perimeter is all the summation of all these sides. So suppose this is A, this is B, the length of this base is B, and this is C. So A plus B plus C will be perimeter. That is the summation of outer boundary. Okay, so this is related to 2D shapes. 2D shapes, I mean, you can expect 2D shapes numericals. I mean, it is very likely that you will get some numericals on 2D shapes. 3D shapes are less used, but you should also know what are 3D shapes. So 3D shapes are just like cube. Cube is a 3D shape, cuboid, cylinder. Also, cube has a 6 equal square faces. Okay, cuboid is rectangular box shape. So it has another dimension, which is height or the thickness. Cylinder is 2 circle bases and curved surface, and cone is circular base tapering to a point. Sphere is perfectly round 3D shape. So I can draw the cylinder, like cylinder is like this. So it has circle like this. Okay, so in case of cube also, it is like, I mean, I cannot draw it properly with this tool, but it is somehow look like this. Okay, so this is a cube. So it has another dimension, which is height. So you can see here there is height, here there is height. Okay, or thickness. Thickness is there. Now let us see the formulas for 3D shapes very quickly. In case of 3D shape, it is not area or perimeter, but it is called surface area and volume. Okay, so instead of perimeter, it is surface area, and instead of area, it is volume. So for cube, the surface area is 6 into a square. So the a is same, the one side, and volume is a cube. On the other hand, cuboid, surface area for cuboid is 2 into lb, that is length into breadth plus breadth into height plus height into length. So a little complicated formula for cuboid. Volume is length into breadth into height. For sphere, the surface area will be 4. Its sphere is the 3D counterpart of circle. Okay, so the surface area for sphere is 4 into pi into r square, whereas volume is 4 by 3 into, I mean, it can be derived. All these formulas can be derived, but for the time being, for this particular test, you should know, you should only memorize these formulas. So volume is 4 by 3 into pi cube. And for cylinder, the surface area is 2 into pi into r. into h plus r, that is 2 into pi into radius uh, into height plus radius. Okay, so cylinder is combination of circle plus rectangle. Okay, so that's why we have both r and height also. Volume is pi r square into h. So that is the volume of the cylinder. Cylinder I have already drawn. Now let us see some example. Two examples are there. So suppose we want to find out the area of a rectangle, and what is given? Your length is given and breadth is given. So length is 8 and breadth is 5. So 8 into 5. So area is obviously the area of rectangle. I have already shown you the area of rectangle. The formula is 2 into, length into breadth, right? So just simply we will multiply this to 8 into 5, which is 40 centimeter square. I mean, the measurement unit will be centimeter square. Okay. And in case of perimeter, just the outer boundary will be 2 into, the formula was 2 into L plus breadth, length plus breadth. Okay, that is the formula. So in this case, it will be 2 into 8 plus 5, 26. So this is how we can calculate area and perimeter. Same for cylinder. So cylinder I have already drawn previously. So again, this is the cylinder. Sorry, I mean it's not properly drawn with this pen, but it is something like that. Okay, something like that. So this is the cylinder. So given r radius is 7 and h, that is height, equal to 10 centimeter, the volume will be pi into, what was the volume? So here we are interested to find the volume. So pi r square, the formula was pi r square h, right? Pi r square h. So pi r square is 7 square and h is 10. So pi value you know, okay, 22.7 into 7 square into 10. That will give you 154. Sorry, pi value is not substituted here. It will be substituted later. So 47 square is 49. And so it will be 4830 centimeter cube, right? So just check it. And so this is all regarding the formulas of 2D and 3D shapes and how we should measure it. In the next video, we will see some application of this formula in measuring some shapes related to real life problems. Okay. Thank you very much.